Hello everyone! Welcome to Rainbow Baby World YouTube channel. So, let's get started our today's story with bunch of excitement. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there stood a magnificent castle, so grand that its towers seemed to touch the clouds. This castle wasn't just known for its tall towers or shiny stones. It was famous for its breathtaking gardens that bloomed with every color imaginable all year round. In this castle lived a princess named Lila. Now, Princess Lila was not like other princesses. While others adored sparkling jewels and fancy gowns, Lila's greatest love was for the animals that lived in her garden. She would spend her days talking to them, even though they couldn't talk back. Or so she thought. One particularly sunny morning, as the dewdrops sparkled like diamonds on the rose petals, a strange and wonderful thing happened. A gentle shimmer of light, like a rainbow's breath, swept through the garden. A secret, ancient magic, hidden for centuries, awakened. Princess Lila was sitting by the fountain, watching a little brown rabbit nibbling on a clover leaf. She smiled and said, "Good morning, little friend. What a lovely day for breakfast." To her complete astonishment, the rabbit paused, twitched its nose, and replied in a tiny, clear voice, "Hello, Princess. It is a lovely day indeed." Lila gasped, her eyes wide with wonder. Before she could say another word, a wise old owl hooted from a nearby oak tree. "Good morning, Your Highness." And a cheerful bluebird chirped, "What a pleasure to finally speak with you." One by one, all the animals in the garden began to greet her. A sly fox, a graceful deer, and a busy little squirrel all joined the chorus. The magic spell had made them all talk. Lila, filled with delight and not a single ounce of fear, clapped her hands together. "This is wonderful. I always knew you had so much to say." The rabbit hopped closer, his expression suddenly serious. "Princess," he said, "we are so glad we can finally speak, because we need your help. A long time ago, our ancestors hid magical treasures throughout this garden, protected by riddles. We cannot solve them alone. Only someone with a kind and clever heart can help us find them." Lila's heart swelled with excitement. An adventure with her beloved animal friends. "Of course I'll help," she declared with a beaming smile. "Tell me the first riddle." The sly fox, known for his cleverness, stepped forward with a twinkle in his eye. He cleared his throat and asked, "I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?" Lila put a finger to her chin, thinking hard. Cities without houses, mountains without trees. She pictured the large, detailed map of the kingdom that hung in the castle library. "A map!" she exclaimed. The fox's whiskers twitched in a grin. "Exactly, Princess." He led her to an old, hollow log, and tucked inside was a beautifully drawn, ancient map of the garden, its paths sparkling with golden ink. This was their first treasure. Next, the little bluebird fluttered down to her shoulder. It chirped sweetly, "I have a neck, but no head. I have a body, but no legs. I am often used to carry things. What am I?" Lila giggled. This one was a bit easier. She looked at the picnic basket she had brought with her. "A bottle," she guessed. The bird trilled with delight and guided her to a patch of wildflowers. Hidden beneath a large leafy fern was a tiny crystal bottle. When Lila picked it up, it filled with a shimmering liquid that smelled like honey and sunshine. A nectar that could make flowers bloom instantly. Their adventure was just beginning. The ancient map now showed them secret paths they had never seen before. The squirrel, chattering with excitement, posed the next challenge. "What has an eye but cannot see?" Lila thought of her sewing kit upstairs. "A needle!" she cried. The squirrel scurried up a tall pine tree and returned with a single, shining silver pine cone that hummed with a gentle energy. It was a treasure that could guide lost travelers home. Together, the newfound friends followed the glowing paths on the map. Their journey took them across a babbling stream, where they hopped from one smooth stone to another, laughing as they splashed. The graceful deer taught Lila how to walk so silently that not a single twig would snap. They climbed thick, twisting ivy vines that led to a hidden alcove behind a waterfall. There, they found the next treasure, a smooth glowing stone that warmed Lila's hands. The deer explained, "This is a stone of warmth. It holds the feeling of friendship and will always keep you safe." As the afternoon sun cast long shadows, they decided to rest. They spread a blanket on a soft patch of moss and shared a wonderful picnic. Lila had brought sandwiches, but the animals brought the real feast. The juiciest wild berries, the sweetest nuts, and the clearest spring water. As they ate, they shared stories. The wise owl told tales of the stars. The fox shared funny stories of his attempts to outsmart the grumpy badger. And Lila told them all about life inside the castle. She learned that the true treasure wasn't the silver pine cone or the glowing stone, but the laughter and camaraderie she was sharing with her friends. Kindness, she realized, was the key that had unlocked this entire magical day. With all the riddles solved and the treasures found, the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. To Lila's surprise, the garden began to transform. Fireflies lit up like floating lanterns, and flowers released their most fragrant perfumes. The animals had prepared a celebration. The rabbit declared, "To Princess Lila, the kindest princess in all the land." The squirrels used vines to hang little berry garlands, and the birds sang the most beautiful melody. Lila danced with the fox, twirled with the deer, and laughed until her sides hurt. As the moon rose high in the sky, the magical shimmer of light returned, gently sweeping through the garden once more. The owl hooted softly. "The spell is fading, princess." The rabbit looked up at her, his voice returning to its normal squeak, but his eyes were full of love and gratitude. One by one, the animals fell silent, but Lila knew it didn't matter. The magic of their speech might have faded, but the magic of their friendship would last forever. She hugged each of her friends good night, her heart full. From that day on, the garden was never just a garden to her. It was a place full of friends and secret adventures. And Lila, the kind-hearted princess, knew the greatest magic of all isn't found in spells or ancient treasures, but in the simple act of being kind. Thank you so much for watching our story today. We hope it reminded you that kindness is a superpower we all have. If you enjoyed our fairy tale, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more magical adventures. We can't wait to see you again next time.